If you're into satisfying tape peeling videos, this is not one of them. If the tape is really stuck on, you can cut around some areas on the outside of your board with a craft knife. You can do without a heat gun if it's warm where you are, or if you have patience and work slowly. I am using a heat gun to warm the tape and then peeling that off. If there are any areas where you have collaged over tape, use a craft knife and cut through the collage till you hit the tape. Try not to go through the tape to the paper that is underneath. If there are areas of tape which you have painted over, which is probably the case, especially in the middle of the canvas board, work a bit carefully and try your best to save the tape if you have the intention to use them in some art or even craft projects. In the guided PDF, I have a few shots of how I use my warm-up tape to decorate objects or in some journal work, in collage, or to stick onto other warm-ups. Sometimes there's nothing attractive or interesting on the tape. I guess if you really did a clean tear, you could reuse the tape. My tears are not always clean, so I discard the tape. Here we have my pieces of treasure, the pieces of tape that I salvaged, which look pretty cool, and my final art pieces from board number 1. Process for board number 2. This is not my favorite part of the entire exercise. As you can see, it took me a good 18 minutes to do 2 boards, and I was a little bit slow because I was recording, but I don't think I was much slower than I normally am. I have a lot of paint tape to peel when I do 6 boards, so it takes me quite a bit. It is worth the end result and seeing those satisfying white lines, but it can get tiring. I really don't want to say this because I think it's quite obvious, but please be careful when you're using the heat gun. It can burn you. back at this board, I realized I really didn't like the colors initially. But now that it's done, it's one of my favorite ones that I've done recently. I enjoy these colors together. Let's take a look at all the treasures we've made. Thank you for joining me. You are now done with the elevated section of this warm-up lesson. You can add more doodles if you'd like, as you can see, more focal points, more interest. And if you feel so inclined, you might want to join me in the bonus session, which is right after this lesson.